This is the Olivia Jacket. I'm going to show you a fun trick today, but I want to tell you that the name of this jacket is the Olivia Jacket. I confess I love to watch television, and one of my favorite shows is Scandal because I love Olivia's garments. I love her clothes. So I never watch television unless I have a paper and pencil next to me. If I sound like I'm a really good illustrator, I'm not. But I know how to draw stick people, and I know how to draw my idea of what I want to do. So if you look at the jacket behind me on the dress form, that was copied after something she wore on the show. So this is the Olivia jacket. This is done with wool, but it's done exactly as the same way that I'm going to show you how I painted the jacket that I have on. This is wool, this is knit. So you can see there are two different looks here. The directions are on the variations downloads. You can go and you can buy the directions for $5 and get the directions for making the Olivia jacket. So let's start because this is easy. You need painter's tape. Now you can buy wide painter's tape, you can buy narrow painter's tape. That is totally up to you. You're going to cut a piece of fabric that is at least wider than the front of your jacket. And you know, if that's all you're going to paint, and that's all I painted was just the fronts. If you're going to paint the sleeves, then you need more fabric. But I just cut two pieces that looked what I have on here were just the fronts. Then take your painter's tape and just have fun. You can let your kids do this if you want to. You're going to put the painter's tape wherever, in whatever kind of design you want to put it. And if you look at what I have on, you can see that this is just a random pattern. Well, this is really simple to do and really fast to do. Okay, I'm going to stop here because I think you get the idea. Now, when I did this jacket, I also did exactly the same thing with the painter's tape. It was just these pieces like this. Those were all appliqued on because the face fabric is black, and then I appliqued on the same kind of fabric that the sleeves are in. So all of these pieces were glued on with the glue stick and then appliqued on. So they were stitched around the edges. Now, the one thing I loved about that jacket was I used wool that did not fray on the ends. Anytime you can get wool that doesn't fray, you're 10 steps ahead of yourself. So now what I'm going to do, I've got all these squares that are empty. I'm going to take fabric paints. Just make sure that when you buy the paint, you make sure that it is fabric paint. I like to use an old ice cube tray because I don't want to dip my paintbrush into the paint bottle itself. I like to squirt just a little bit into an old ice cube tray, and then all you have to do is to dip your paintbrush in there and paint it on. If you don't own paintbrushes, little paintbrushes like this, I really encourage you to go get yourself some because this is how I clean my serger. I don't use the little brushes that came with my serger or sewing machine. I like to use a paintbrush because it has a long handle on it. You can get in there really, really well. Okay, so now after you have painted your fabric, let it dry completely. Make sure it's completely dry. And then cut out the fronts according to the directions. Sew the garment together, and you have a painted jacket or an applique jacket called the Olivia jacket. I hope you enjoyed the video. Now it's time to check out the website. Everything is on there. You can purchase the pattern, the book, all the notions I talked about. You can join the Fit Club and check out the classes where I'm teaching. And be sure to follow me on Facebook.